Bye-bye, ball.
Today we're taking a quick look at Quantum Eraser. This video is quite old but was brought up in a Flatsoid video recently and I thought I'd take a butcher's. So let's see QE try to use the Black Swan to debunk the globe.
Now, here's the argument. If the Earth is a sphere with a radius of 3959 miles, then every horizon distance measurement must be no more than 1.225 times the square root of the observer's height in feet.
It really depends which horizon you're talking about. As we can see in this picture, it is on a day with extreme refraction. This causes us to see much more, as light travelling through the dense medium appears to bring things back over the curve. We call this looming.
That's the geometric horizon.
And what this picture shows us is the refracted horizon, which is a loomed horizon that appears to make the planet a lot bigger than it actually is. This is optical and is not in the same position as the not loomed geometric horizon.
There's the kill shot.
Flat Earthers have been claiming this for a long time. So let's look at how the Black Swan appears most of the time without heavy refraction. Strange. It looks like a hell of a lot of this oil rig is hidden by the horizon. There's also no looming in this picture because there's minimal refraction, so the apparent horizon does not appear to come up behind the rig.
There's what they call CGI. And they think this thing's a boat.
Well, it's definitely something, and it would appear to be sitting where the apparent horizon would be without refraction. Given the shape and the fact that it is sitting on the water, I'd say that Occam's razor would probably agree with it being a boat. And why does he say it's CGI? As far as I'm aware, the picture actually comes from a video that was taken by a flat earther. It was then memified and passed around the flat earth cult. So when QE was the boat added in? I'm pretty sure it does appear in the original video. I will try to find that at a later date. Sadly, I'm in a rush to get this one out.
Unbelievable. Observer's height is 1 foot. The distance to the horizon is greater than 9.41 miles. Why? Because we can see the horizon behind the second platform.
Yes, because of refraction, which fits perfectly in the globe model.
The argument isn't in regards to the oil platforms. This one, or their boat, right? The argument is solely the horizon behind the second platform, which everyone can see.
Except on any normal day.
I don't care if there's a Chinese Superman on a hobbled refracted unicorn wearing a tutu on these platforms. Don't care. That's not the argument. If you bring it up, it's a red herring fallacy. That is a diversion or irrelevant.
Not at all. We can bring it up to display just how extreme the refraction is. You saying that we have to ignore it and can't use it to prove our point is confirmation bias. Just like every other flat earther, you ignore the things that don't fit your belief and concentrate on the ones that you think do. Although, pretty much every time I've ever seen anything like this, it has been debunked by myself or other debunkers, and again, fits within the globe model. And if we look at this second oil rig, it basically looks like it's made of jello, for crying out loud.
My argument is purely on the horizon, behind the second platform.
Which again is caused by the extreme refraction that we can clearly see. Ergo, it's a piss poor argument, sunshine.
I hope that's clear to everyone. In about 9 months it should be. They should be able to restate the actual argument.
This argument has been around for a really long time, and yet somehow they still believe it destroys the globe, even though it has been debunked ad nauseum. So sad.
Like I said, the observer's height's 1 foot. I gave him 5 feet, and I'm going to show you that here in a minute. Distance to the horizon is greater than 9.41 miles. Like I said, it's behind the second platform.
I'd probably give more than the 1 foot. I'm thinking that it's probably a 1 foot observer height above sea level. Then you've got to take into account the distance from that observer height to the camera or eye level. Unless they literally put the camera 1 foot above sea level, just doesn't seem to work. But then again, flat earthers have never been ones to care about accuracy.
The distance to the horizon maximum for a sphere with a radius of 3959 miles is 1.22 miles. Based on geometry, that's it. It's hardcore. That's it.
So if I remember correctly, it's actually 1.17 times the square root of the observer's height. So 1 foot, we're basically saying 1.17 miles. If we said that the eye level total was around 6.5 feet, if we're saying, maybe 5.5 foot to eye level or camera level, plus the 1 foot observer height, it would be around 2.98 miles to the horizon. Looking at this normally, that seems to fit pretty well. Although I do have a hard time still trusting the figures that flat earthers give us.
Even if he was at 5 feet observation height, which he's clearly not, but I gave it to him, The maximum distance to the geometric horizon is 2.73 miles. So way up in here. Even if he was at 35 feet observation height with his camera next to the water, the maximum distance to the geometric horizon would be 7.24 miles.
But at a white swan.
That is, it should be between the first and second platforms.
Oh, so right here. How come you guys never use this picture? It's almost as if you're all happy to lie just to try and prove your belief.
So they have no argument here.
Except refraction and the picture of how it normally looks, both of which fit the globe model.
Here is the actual argument. Modus tollens. Holy shnikes, this is going to leave a mark. If P, then Q, not Q, therefore not P. Listen closely to the argument, globies.
This should be fun. They love using modus tollens, although usually not correctly. For example, right here. It doesn't really fit because it fails to take into account all of the variables. Still, I guess we should hear him out.
If the Earth is a sphere with a radius of 3959 miles, P, then every horizon distance measurement must be no more than 1.225 times the square root of the observer's height in feet. That's Q. That's the geometric horizon. Not Q, because the horizon distance greater than 9.41 miles. Therefore not P. The Earth is not a sphere.
And there you have it. Refraction is a variable that shows his Q statement to be invalid. Let's see what we can do with the modus tollens. If the Earth is flat, P, then on a clear day, we should always see a horizon that's further than, and he was using 1.225, but I'm sure I remember it being 1.17. But even using his larger number, it'd be 1.225 times the square root of the observer's height in feet. Q, not Q. The distance of the horizon is within expected globe values, and is not as far as we would expect to see on a clear day on a flat Earth. Therefore, not P. The Earth isn't flat.
The Baltard spinning space monkey community, please allow me to introduce to you your Black Plague, the Black Swan. There it is. Bye-bye, ball.
Flatards, please allow me to introduce you to the White Swan, what we see most of the time, and which destroys the flat Earth. And again, just to clear things up, these pictures are both what we would expect to see on the globe given the conditions that they're in. The Black Swan does not destroy the globe and never has. And any flat earther that thinks it does needs to drop the ego and go back to school.